United 0, Watford 0. Watford battled in there, saw the game out quite comfortably in the end. Missed chances in the first half, couldn't get it done, couldn't score, and couldn't go up the gears in the second half. I'll actually start by asking you, I feel like I've asked this a lot this season, but I feel like it's time to re-ask it. Is that top 4 over for you or not?
It has to be, mate, and I'm the eternal optimist, right? But how many chances can you give this team? How many times can we look at it and be positive and think, yeah, we'll get top 4. Yeah, top 4 it'll be fine. It's Man United, right? We're not going to drop off. We'll be fine. We'll get a couple of results. We'll play well. The performances will come. They've not come, mate. Ronaldo will drag us to top 4. Drag us where? Where was he today? We'll come on to him, I'm sure, but Jesus, we've got so many players in this team that are not good enough, mate. And like, the manager's going to take blame for a lot of it, but at the end of the day, the players...
Should he take blame? Because, you know, he made some changes today. Plenty of chances or opportunities to get into even better areas of the pitch to score. Plenty of opportunities to score. Plenty of situations to score. And they're not scoring. You know, Bruno's one. To be fair, when I look back at the first half chances, it's the Bruno one. Yeah, Ronaldo, okay, you can hit the post off. That's a bit unlucky. Do you know what I mean? Little bit offside. Okay, try and hold your run. Then the Bruno header, cool. But the Bruno where Ben Foster makes a good save, but he shouldn't allow him to make that good save. But that can't be on Ralph, can it?
That's not on Ralph, no. I think kind of the decision to play with 2 DMs at home against Watford, who are low down in the table, like you're playing with Matic and Fred in the same 11. Like, could we have started Sancho and then played Pogba, Bruno, and one of Fred or Matic and then played Sancho? Because at the end of the day, like, we don't need to play 2 6s in a game against Watford at home. They didn't pose that much of a threat today. So that may be on Ralph. But listen, players do not escape criticism. I'm far from it. Bruno, like that chance, man, he has to bury that. We talk about big players delivering in big moments. He didn't do it. He didn't do it again. So yeah, like, too many of them not good enough again today, man. Not good enough.
Is it? And then in the second half, when you want to, look, it hasn't gone our way in the first half, but actually I sat there thinking, I was worried, thinking, oh, here we go. But I was still saying, do you know what, we're doing all the right things. If we can continue how we was in the first half, maybe force a mistake from Watford, keep putting pressure on. Ben Foster didn't have anything to do in the second half.
But neither did De Gea, really, mate. That's the difference. So, like, at the end of the day, it's like, you've been spending too much time with KG and Marcel, man. You're turned into an optimist. There was nothing to be positive about at half-time, honestly. I'm like, we've got to take chances, and we're just not... You say we're doing the simple things right. We're not passing and moving it. The tempo's far too slow, mate.
No, I mean, in the second half, that's what I'm saying, I agree. I should have asked the question, to be fair. Why in the second half could we not even create anything? Like, at least in the first half, you know, there was chances there. You know, there was a good four or five situations that could have led or should have led to goals. And in the second half is what I'm saying. Like, Ben Foster had nothing to do because we just foot off the gas.
Because brutal honest answer, mate, because the team's not good enough. This team is not good enough. This team's not good enough for top 4. This team isn't good enough to be called a Manchester United team. I gave a ticket away today to a mate, right? I still feel like I've robbed him. It was 90 minutes, absolute, like, dead football, man. Absolutely dead. And we're seeing it again and again. And there's only so many times we can turn around and be positive because we're shit, mate. Honestly, like, it's getting absolutely ridiculous. We've got City next, away on Sunday. City, are we beating them based on that performance at home against Watford? Who are awful, but like sometimes we have a performance, right, and we say, oh, we've got to credit the opposition, like Atletico. They played well, they stopped United playing. Watford were crap, mate. They came for a 0-0, they got a 0-0.
They didn't have to be. I think, in fairness, they didn't have to be anything better than they was. Like, I think the game played out how we thought. They were going to sit back. They were going to look for transitions to try and get Saad, Dennis and King running at us. It half happened, but we snuffed it out well. Second half, they didn't have to be any better, and that's what I think. Back to us, that's the frustrating thing about it. Like, Watford beat us 4-1 last time we played them. Do you know what I mean? We have to look at ourselves and say, actually, our record against teams in the bottom of the table is poor.
Mate, we've taken what? So they've taken 4 points out of 6 off us, and we want top 4, yeah. We drew against like Newcastle or whatever when they were bottom of the league. We've dropped points to other teams that are down there. We're not good, man. Honestly, like, I keep on coming back to it, but this team is not good enough for top 4. So I'm going to ask politely, please stop asking me, because I'm just going to keep on, like, I'm going to have to say no now, because we're not good enough, mate. We're just simply not good enough. None of the players, none of the manager. Massive clear out needed in the summer. Massive change of attitude needed, because at the end of the day, people go on about the players. It seems like it doesn't matter who's on the pitch.
I was just about to come on to that, because, you know, before, so, depending on what day it is. It's Maguire, let's not have him in there, let's put Lindelof. And I'm not saying that we conceded, obviously we didn't, but let's do that. Okay, let's take Rashford out, Elanga should start, let's get Paul Pogba playing let's play him further advanced, let's play him left wing, we get some of these changes that we asked for, and like you said there, you spot on. Like, it doesn't matter what changes happen, we get the same song.
It doesn't matter, mate, and that's the funny thing with this fan base, right? We all think we've got the answer. None of us have the answer, mate, and I've said this before, and this is what worries me about the whole Pochettino Ten Hag thing. People think Ten Hag's coming in and fixing that shit. They think Ten Hag's walking through the door and all of a sudden we're competing for top 4 and trophies next season with that same group of players. If you think that, get a life, honestly, because get a reality check. That is not happening. We are so far away from competing on a major level, so far away. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what players play. It doesn't matter what 11 we put out. At some level, it doesn't even matter what tactics we put out, because we're just simply not good enough against whoever we come up against, whether it be Atletico, Watford or City next week. Are you backing us against City next week?
But in a weird way, typical Man United, you never know. But on basis on what we're seeing, exactly, not a chance.
No, man, not positive. Not positive.